Okay, but that looks okay. See, if I researched ahead, I wouldn't have to put 20 in there, but I don't have 5 or 10, so it'll help contribute to the park. Oh yeah, gonna have to deal with everything that collapsed on the road there, but considering shelter is been set up, first step completed, second step, step 2. Well, that was a lot of driving today. I'm a thirsty boy. All right. This isn't that bad. Just it was set up as the bed, and that just kind of fell down. Nothing broke. But my old RV, I had much worse situation than this. You know, the cupboards, everything came out of them, and I actually remembered to close the fridge door. Small battles. So, gonna get this organized. Fresh baked buns. Gonna get some homemade Arby's on the go here. Got my rice cooker that I use for everything other than rice. And that should do the trick for what I got planned. Little au jus package. Yum. Couple cups of water. Let that boil up. We'll throw in our shaved deli roast beef. Put on fresh baked buns. Oh no, right on the floor. Homemade Arby's. So, this little contraption here. What a good little sandwich. And in the daylight, this is a beautiful campground. I had no idea when I pulled in here it was this nice. This is fantastic. Gonna have to get a fresh hoodie here. It's falling apart. Still having troubles with the fridge. When I go to light it, it lights, and then there's flame liftoff, and that's just a high gas pressure, so it seems to build up pressure and then blows itself out. And then you go to light it again, and it goes woof. So I'll get to the bottom of that. In the meantime, I'm using a different fridge inside, so I've got a really rudimentary setup for now as far as charging, and I'll show you guys what that is. Strictly a very temporary solution. This is not ideal, but I've got a little power inverter in here, and that is a little warm. Running that so that it can charge up the batteries in the camper. I'm charging the Jackery, the camera batteries, a bunch of other stuff, and running the fridge. So I'm going to hook up something a little better. It'll be like a DC to DC charging system so that when I'm driving, it can charge those batteries up at a quicker rate than I'm not idling a car in a campground. I don't like doing that, but I do prefer this sound to that of a generator. And there's nobody around. So under the back patch here, I have a couple of these lithium iron phosphates batteries. They're really performing quite well. I've got the other one just charging right now in the camper. And then propane. You could probably do two propanes and one battery as well back there. And inside, this is the disaster. Everything's charging up. Got the Jackery and that used a lot yesterday on that rice cooker. Probably could have done it on the stovetop, of course. But I like playing with the rice cooker. This is what I'm using for the fridge right now. It's adjustable. It'll work as a deep freeze as well. So I can take this down to, minus 20 or something. I don't need that right now. And I got the other lithium battery charging. My scale, so I'm trying to manage that I'm not losing weight here too quickly. And other things charging. You got your laptop, this and that. Got the guitar for when I decide to break that out. And yeah, it's pretty basic and straightforward in here. There's not much to it. I got an emergency bathroom because in the event that I'm in a parking lot or something and there's no woods around, that'll be my best friend. So that's what's going on there for right now. As I improve this, we'll do some updates on kind of what I'm doing and what I figure out with the fridge. This is the first campground I've ever seen in real life that has these air-proof food lockers. And this one, I'm guessing it was a vehicle and not a bear that took this one out, but somebody's put garbage in there. Huh. This adventure is just beginning. So there's going to be a whole winter of newer scenery, that type of thing. And today I was just on a bit of a hike. I normally try not to too much, but I'm trying to get range of motion in my hip without weight bearing. And that could be good for my hip because I've got a hip problem. And I'll be filming another video tomorrow, actually. It'll be an overnighter, somewhat, I don't know if it's stealthy, but it's unusual, I'll say that. And that'll be great. So I'm going to give the shout outs. Now, this is likely a very extensive list because over the last 8 weeks, I have not got one up. So there are some people to thank that truly have gone up and beyond. There's a bunch of members of moderators and admin on Abby has a fan group, Camping with Steve fan group, and they've been very, very helpful during this time. So thank you to all of them who are going to be in here, as well as those folks that are moderators on Abby's group that are also assisting with the moderation of YouTube comments and that type of thing. So it's I briefly touched on comments, but there's I've been pretty much just committed to my own mental health here for the last 8 weeks or so. And with that said, I never in my wildest dreams thought that when I started filming camping videos in my backyard or in the back of a truck, that I would need a Swedish private investigator. So I have to give an extra good shout out to Nordic private investigators out of Stockholm. I'm actually going to put the links in the description in case anybody needs assistance from a Swedish private investigator. And that shut down some issues we were having with some online defamation. So that was absolutely fantastic. And, it's nice to ignore trolls, but I find a knock on the door does a lot better job than ignoring them. So the big shout out there. And going forward, it'll be smooth sailing. And I know who's going to need a Swedish private investigator. I thought I wouldn't, but here we are. So yeah, stay tuned, folks. Again, I'm going to be, this is the first time in quite a while that I don't feel rushed. I'm away from the acreage. I'm out here just doing this adventure on my own. And, in the past, I'd be out camping and I'd always, I'd be wanting to get home to Jess at the end of the camping trip. And now it's just one big long trip. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. And I'm looking forward to getting healthier, eating healthier meals, doing more exercise, not just sitting here drinking beer in front of a campfire and cooking something. That gets a little old. after 3 years or so. So we'll get some more adventures, and it's a blank canvas in front of me. So also, big shout out to, there are some people doing moderator stuff on the channel as well, Abby and Kathleen. It's really helps out an awful lot. So I got to wrap this up and get ready to take on this world. So we'll see you guys. I'm comfortably going to say next week, because I'll be ahead of video for the first time in years. And hopefully that trend continues, and I can start to get some extra content out, because it's literally just me out here with nothing to do but, watch movies. I got some nice popcorn I can pop, hike around, explore, cut down on step twos, I think, a little bit as well. Because I'm not a young man anymore. It's that age where you don't want to be eating 2 pounds of cheese-laden food right before bed. So, see you guys very soon, and hunker down, my friends. Thanks for waiting for me.
Let's get real. It's hard to live up to that mug. Like that time